we want our goal for this year was how can we tap into that generational wealth so that we are not the only ones that succeed, but we also leave something for our children. And so
Mm-hmm.
we have been tackling like different things. So real estate is one of the ways that we know people gain wealth and retain wealth. So this is a great opportunity for that person that doesn't even know where to start and
Right.
doesn't know where to go. And we want to be that person that says, start here. These are the steps, something for you to follow and tap into that generational wealth.
Right.
So a
First thing
brick
is
and
your
mortar store, yeah, like a brick and
yeah.
mortar location, yeah.
The the base here in Canada is your credit. And people have to understand that. A lot of people come in this country, they don't understand the concept of credit. I've seen people getting credit cards and just sending it and not even understanding that you have to do a minimum payment, how to build your credit, and all these things. There's definitely a lack of education when it comes to that for us Black people here. So number one, your credit. If you don't, if, because this country is so wonderful that even if you don't have capital, if you have good credit, you can get a line of credit. You can get money from the bank. You can get, so many. There's free money out there, just based on your credit. Mm, That's the thing. People just think that they have to work and save every penny and being able to open something. Fix your credit number one. If you don't know how to do it, there's resources out there. There's people that can help you. You can even call Equifax directly. If you don't know how to build your credit, call Equifax. Ask them, how do I build my credit? It's free information, you know, and they'll let you know what you need to do, and usually within three months, credit is up. You can get credit cards, how to utilize it, line of credits, know the difference between a credit card and line of credit, you know. So that's number one. And then for me, I say like a lot of people always so fast to buy a property. I do residential as well, but not as much because I understand that if you have a house but you have no source of income, how are you gonna pay for the house, right?
Mm,
And that's why I do like the commercial aspect of real estate. Um, Even if you have a 9 to 5, as you know, ladies, like a job is not guaranteed. We're just numbers here, right? Um, Start a side hustle. If you like
mm-hmm.
to do hair, for example, you're good at braiding. Um, Start from home. From there, you get yourself a nice little salon. I come in place, I get you a nice spot, low rent, decorate it, make it nice for your clients. You have a second source of income, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you always need a backup, right?
Yeah,
So that's what I think we need to do, have different source of income,
I
So
like that. So
hmm
with that, will you say, because some people are wondering, do I need to lease or do I need to have all the money to purchase a property before I can open one? Is there one that you would recommend, either leasing or buying a property for you to start your business?
when you start, the first thing is to lease.
Okay.
I would say lease first, low rent.
Mm-hmm.
If you have some capital, use it to put the place together. But also in commercial real estate, you can actually purchase a business that's already established that has all the
Mm,
equipment, right?
okay.
They've done the plumbing and no, not a franchise. There's people that actually sell their businesses, and that's the amazing thing about commercial real estate. So let's say, for example, you get a salon, and you open it in a leased premises, right? That's a good
Mm-hmm.
way to make money and flip in terms of business. Flipping is not just for residential. So
Mm,
if you have a business that you've grown,
mm-hmm.
you've put money into it and you make it very nice. And let's say in the next 5 years, you decide to move to another location or get a bigger location. If you don't open a second location, you can
Mm-hmm.
actually sell your business to raise capital, right? So you can sell the business, for 50,000, 100,000, and that's money that's coming to you. You can use that money either to even put a down payment on a house, right?
Okay.
If you think of, you can do that with any business, restaurant business, any business that you have, even though you're leasing the space, you can sell your business down the line, right?
So is it really difficult to sell a business? Is there a lot of paperwork? Because like maybe that person doesn't want to keep the name, that person doesn't want to keep like all what you've done.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to like do all those transfers or is it something that you help your clients with, or is somebody else that does that part of the business?
So this is something that I do help my clients. When you're selling your business, it's really lawyer to lawyer. So
Okay.
where I come in is that I'll list the property. We'll get a good price for it. If I feel that maybe we'll go together, in the sense of what we think the business is worth, because you
Mhm.
don't want to keep it for too long on MLS and it's not moving, right? I
Mhm.
mean, people will want $1 million for a small space. Like that's how you feel, but that's not what it's worth, right?
Yeah.
So we have to list a business, and then once we do that, then it's basically lawyer to lawyer. So you have your lawyer, and then the buyer has their lawyer, and
Mhm.
everything is done, like that. So you have to make sure that everything is up to date. If you purchase any equipment, make sure you keep the receipts,
Mhm.
and just make sure that everything, because you have the option of selling your business and get some quick cash, right?
Okay.
So don't misplace those things and thinking like, oh, it's just a business. If you can sell it and make money, like, it's just money there. People don't understand that. Like it's not just
Mhm.
buying the business, right? And then what comes with that is that you have to assign your lease. So make
Okay.
sure that when you do, let's say, decide to get a business, even if it's not from me, make sure that a lawyer check your lease agreement, right? That you're
Mhm.
allowed to assign the space because
Okay.
sometimes you're not allowed to assign it and then you're locked in, right?
Mm.
So your lawyer, would review that. It takes time. People try to do things sometimes like underground and not use a lawyer or not use an agent, and it can backfire, right?
Mhm.
So you got to be careful because some people they won't tell you there's lien on the business that they're selling. They owe
Mm.
money, and
Yeah.
then once you take that business, everything is on you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the lawyer will make sure do diligence to make sure that you don't owe any money on anything, right?
Okay. So
Yeah.
give and take, how long do you think that process looks like from the moment you say, "Oh, I want to sell my business," to
Mhm.
when you totally get your money and somebody else is in your space? Like,
It
what would
really
you say on
depends on
average?
it really depends on the seller when they want to sell. I try to flip business like maybe within 30 days or 45 days.
Okay.
What can create a little delay sometime is maybe the lease assignment because
Okay.
they have to work with also the landlord's lawyer, so they can be a little delayed. So we have to push the date of closing. But overall, that's a little hiccup. I did a deal where the seller owed I think about $30,000
Mm-hmm.
um in collection, and the lawyer
Wow.
cut that, right? So thank God the lawyer saw that, for my client, and we're able to like make them pay off that, right? Because or
Mm-hmm.
else you start the business and you're already in debt, right?
I
So
know that is not good. That is not
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. And so the other aspect I feel I want to bring up in commercial real estate, it's not just a buying or selling of business.
Mm-hmm.
It's also buying properties,
Okay.
buying a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex.
Mm.
And that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about for me. I say, about us being united,
Yeah.
why can't we put our resources together and buy a duplex or a triplex? You know, you open a corporation, you
Mm-hmm.
know, three or four of us open a corporation together. Everybody chip in, everything is done with the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting on one property. We let that property build, take out some money from the equity, we purchase another commercial property,
Mm.
maybe a triplex or a fourplex or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, so that also falls into commercial real estate. So you can go through the Toronto Real Estate Board, so TREB, where you can verify an agent, if there's any complaints or any issues, Unfortunately, I think in the GTA, I've heard a lot of fraud too going on, people even posing as agents. Someone recently contacted me about that. Apparently the guy was saying he was a real estate agent. um, I checked him out. He was a real estate agent, but I think was in the States. It wasn't in Canada, and so the person literally lost their money, um, unfortunately. And It's sad because it was someone from his own community that did that to him, you know. And I always say, like, the only people that can hurt you are people that are close to you, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, strangers can't hurt you, right?
Mm.
So it was someone that, he trusted. I mean, the person had all from the same community, speak the same language, and mm, it really it's sad
But
because knowing that people work so hard to put money
yeah.
together and people have
Mm-hmm.
families and sometimes like we do want to try and work together, but I don't know, like it's just I don't know what's wrong with our people. Sometimes, honestly, it's it's really really sad. Yeah,
So I think our lesson from that is make sure you check the paperwork double over,
yeah,
or go to the right authority to make sure you check on the paperwork or check on that person. It doesn't matter if you know them. Like there
business
can
is
be some,
business.
yeah,
Yeah,
business is business, yeah. And I think we've come from that culture that because we know that person, we can trust them. We can do things on the back end of things. People don't need to know our business, but it's different on this side of the world. Go to the
exactly.
right places, go check on them, do your due diligence. It doesn't matter who they say
Mm-hmm.
they are, as long as it comes to money, as long as it comes to business, there is
Yeah,
no familiarity in that. Like make sure they're
exactly.
legit. Yeah. So
Because anybody can make a business card and tell you I'm a realtor. I mean,
yeah,
call the brokerage. If
yeah,
like for me, like I'm all over social media. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. I'm not hiding. You know what I mean? Even if you type my phone number, my name will
mm,
come up on Realtor, and you will see the brokerage that I'm with. So these are information that we can't hide, right?
yeah,
You're right. Do your due diligence. Don't feel bad about it.
yeah.
No. So if you can even practice province to province. So I do deals in Montreal as well. The Quebec real estate market is really good. The prices are very low. I recently helped someone purchase a property there, brand new pre-construction, and I work with another real estate agent there.
Oh,
So I'm from Montreal. I did my real estate in Montreal. In order for me, I don't have a license there now. So if I want to do business there, I would have to do an exam. So it's called an interprovincial exam that I will have to do. If I want to practice in Calgary, the same thing. But or else I can find another agent in another province, which I do, and I get a fee, right? I get a referral fee for that, right?
mm,
So clients are aware, we get a referral fee. I'm giving business to someone else.
yeah.
Same thing in the States. I can't just do real estate there. Even in the States, for me as a Canadian, I was researching, I need to have a social insurance number. So even if I go to the school, I can go to the school and get my license. But when it comes to getting the actual license and working for a brokerage, I need a social insurance number. So no, it doesn't work like that. Hmm.
So for right now, we're talking about 2024.
Yeah.
What and I'm just thinking about trends in say somebody new is coming into thinking about a brick and mortar business that they want to open. What are some of the businesses that you see have been booming that you'll say this is the time that you tap into those businesses right now? Like what will some of those be?
Um, Restaurant business is really good.
Okay.
Takeout,
Okay.
low overhead. Those are really good. And if you decide to sell, then you can easily sell the business and make good profit, over like
Mm,
you can sell for over $100,000.
okay.
So like I recently just sold a restaurant in Brampton, asking price. It sold in 2 days.
Mm,
We sold in 2 days, yeah. So one thing too that people have to understand too. So let's say franchises are good, right? But a lot of franchises require you to have past experience in the food industry. So that's why you see a lot of people like I'll just meant like like Indians, right? They have a lot of restaurants. right? They have a lot of restaurants. You're like, are all these people eating outside? What's going on, right? But um, at the same time, if you notice, there's a lot of like franchises like Tim Hortons. A lot of Indians are running Tim Hortons, right? So a lot of the franchises do require you to have experience. So from what I'm seeing and what I'm understanding is that some people are buying regular restaurants like pizza, like a little takeout pizza shop. It's low overhead. You can go wrong with pizza. Everybody eats
Mm-hmm.
pizza.
Mm-hmm.
From there, when you have the experience, you can now get, first of all, it's good cash flow, because you have no overhead. You can hire a student to work there. And then from there, they can now purchase a franchise,
Mm. Or
right?
maybe get probably a better deal from the banks to open theirs, right? Because they have that
Exactly.
experience that the bank can stand behind.
Exactly. So I
Mm.
definitely see, I usually try to see trends like when I see other cultures, what they're getting into, you know, takeout business more than, I see, I've been doing a lot of business with a lot of Nigerians and everybody was like into lounges and bottle service. People don't really have that kind of money, to be honest with you. And I feel like it caters to only a small group of people. You
Mm.
know, we're in Canada, you know, broaden your horizon, try to mingle with other people. You can't just have a place where you only have one type of music and, it's not realistic, right?
Mm.
Also anything with beauty is good.
Mm.
Hair
Yeah, you gotta
salons,
look
but that,
good.
right? But I feel with that industry, I feel that women should kind of get together and open a spot together where you can kind of
Mm.
get your hair done, your nails done, your waxing. And, for us Black women, we spend a lot of money that you guys during the pandemic. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to those little underground places to get my nails done. Like, remember, we're not going anywhere, but I gotta get the nails done, right? So, definitely there's money in the beauty industry.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the small takeouts. You don't have to go big and bottle service place, and it's a lot of money.
Mm.
You got to pay employees and all that, right? So
Well, this is good. I'm loving this. So,
yeah.
Natalie,
Natalie.
there you go. I gotta think about it. I gotta remember. Natalie, so
Yes.
if people want to get in contact with you, in where they can work with you, because really right now, if I want to move to Canada and open my own restaurant, because I love cooking, um,
Yes, that's good.
where can I find Natalie? Because I know you got my back. I feel like I can connect with you. I can talk to you about, and you'll advise me in the things that
Yes,
I need to like get there, because you want me to succeed. You want me to make a profit, because that's
exactly.
the way I can recommend you to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, which is
Yeah.
something that we sometimes forget when we do business with somebody else. We want
Mm-hmm.
that person to refer us so that that clientele keeps coming.
Yeah.
Where could I find you?
So I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Uh, Real Estate Empire. Real Estate Empire underscore GTA. I
Okay.
think. I think that's my Instagram. um,
We will have it
yes,
in the
please.
we'll have it in the description. Yeah.
Yes, please do. I'm also on TikTok. I've been putting videos lately, recording videos to kind of help people out with programs. There's programs out there like there's Canadian small business loans going to the bank, and I've been putting that out there just to let people know and be aware of how to start
Mhm.
something. They don't have to be scared. So my TikTok is Closing Queen. Yeah, Closing Queen. Or you can give me a call. Can I say my phone number on here? So my
Well,
phone
we
number,
can list. Yeah,
you
we can
put it
list it.
there.
You can say it. Yeah, we can list it
Yeah,
all
four
there
one
for
six
you.
830 9398. So that's
Okay.
my number. You can reach me anytime.
We do like webinars or like those things, like just education kind of things
Oh,
for people.
no, actually, this year I just started doing more videos, more content on my TikTok, to
Okay.
just try to educate people and try to push people more into the commercial real estate side.
Okay.
Because I hear also a lot of horror stories for people investing in residential. You know,
Mm-hmm.
residential people are buying properties and putting tenants there. Tenants move in after 2 months, stop paying the rent. You know, people are
Mm,
exactly, and it's really sad. Commercial real estate is not like that. Even if you purchase a building and rent it out, 15 days, the tenant doesn't pay the rent, you can lock it up and seize everything inside, right? Residential, you can't do that. You
yeah.
have to wait for a court date. You can just, evict anyone. And even if you do go to court, find a court date, it's another thing to get your money back, right?
Mm,
So that's why I
yeah.
like more. I find in terms of commercial, I find like people are more protected, you know. So
In the
that's why I try to
business
push it.
sector.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I try to push it more. But
But
yeah,
this has been lovely. I think I've learned a whole lot. This year, do you
okay.
have something to say?
I think the newer generation, we just have to do better. We need to be more unified. You know, think about business, think about long term. Don't be greedy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, real estate is not an overnight thing. You're not gonna be rich overnight. It doesn't work like that. But think of
Yeah.
long term. You know, and you try to unify yourself with like-minded people. If you guys are 2 or 3 people that want to build something together, then do it and focus on the task and think about the reward in the next 5 or 10 years, right? That's why you see people having so much real estate. A lot of people don't even own one building. It's 5 guys that put money together and you know decide
Yeah.
to. So you have to think of that, and it's really about the greed and the ego. Put your ego on the
Yeah.
side, you know, it's business, you know,
Yeah.
and it's not about I have this or I have that. And I would say definitely, um, if you want to do business with people, I was talking to one of my business partners yesterday. I did a big cleanup this 2024. I can't be around people that party every weekend. You know, we don't have the same mindset. I'm so I don't drink. I just I feel like I need like-minded people around me. you know I can't build, and it's not like we have to make money together, but it's just the energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
keep inviting me to those stupid parties and I can't meet people there or interact with people, then it makes no sense. And I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
be like Gio, I think I'm all that. It's just about, I'm really focused on my goals right now. So you really, if you guys are three of you guys and one of them is getting ready every Friday to go twerk at the next club, you're not, it's not gonna work. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say it's not gonna work. It's not, because that person is not focused, and they're gonna move you away from that focus. You
Mm.
know, and it takes time to find the people to be focused with. But once you do, make sure you guys are all focused together. A lot of sacrifice. There's no going out. There's no, what are you celebrating every weekend? You know, I can understand. We go out once in a while. We can have a nice dinner. But what are you
Yeah.
celebrating what are you popping bottles for every weekend? I don't get it. You know, I'm confused. So, so I don't get
So
it.
confused.
Yeah, yeah. So so it's really about being with try to be with like-minded people that are focused
Mhm.
and have the same goal. Write your goals down,
Yeah.
time frame, and execute. That's it. So 2024 is a year of execution. No more excuses, and do a little cleanup. You know,
I like
yeah,
that. Your little
yeah,
cleanup of your relationships, of the people around you, and for you to build that generational wealth, you gotta go where the money at, and make sure
yes,
you know how to keep it, how
yep,
to make it, how to keep
yep.
it, and how to pass it on, and teach the people
Exactly.
that you have to give to, so they don't blow
Exactly.
it up.
Exactly. Exactly.
Teach them kids how to save, buy, and sell, because
Yeah,
if they don't know how to
definitely.
do it, you're just working for them to blow it up. So
Mm-hmm.
we all got work to
Definitely.
do. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah, we have to.
thank you so much,
My pleasure,
Natalie,
guys.
for being
Yes.
here.